So this morning I was going to make a confession to the world. I have started thinking about winter retreat. It's 10 days away, and I know I'm supposed to be living in the moment, but it's hard not to as the community goes about tying up loose ends. I mean, Venerable John Pell is busy trying to get the siding on the retreat cabin before winter. Rachel's here trying to thin 19 acres of forest before the first snow flies. Just a lot of loose ends so that the community can go in assured that all the things that need to be taken care of are. So it's hard not to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It has been a lovely year. It has been probably the most exciting as far as guest teachers and visitors and the dedication of Gautami. It's been a wonderful year. And I, for myself, I've had a year of healing and dealing with a lot of physical obstacles, and so the retreat's going to supply me a little bit of a respite in that healing process. And I think that all of us would have to say that we're all looking forward to it. And so I was kind of thinking, well, what is it about winter retreat? What are the qualities of it that I find so remarkable? And what is it about it that makes it so precious? And this is something that some folks who do long-term retreat have written books about, so I'm not going to give you a book here, but there are a few things. The first thing that I think is the most precious, and even in a monastic setting where we, try to really hold the container of how we speak and how we walk and how we behave, is the silence itself for 3 months where we sort of turn away from the personalities and the personas and we really go inward. The silence is probably the most beautiful gem of the winter retreat. All the chatter, the phone calls, the emails, the visitors. We get to just, as a community, go deep within our own practice and within our own hearts and minds. And because we have that conducive environment, this is where the deepening, at least I can speak for myself, that the deepening of specific points of my practice really take root. I do have, some specific goals for this retreat, since I'm, hoping for perhaps ordination next year. I have a lot of prayers and purification to do. So I've set a few spiritual goals and things that I want to focus on, knowing that any time, any place, any session, something's going to come up that I'm going to have to address and to turn my practice toward. But it does give one an opportunity to spend a lot of time on part of the Dharma that you generally don't get the time to do. And so that's the second benefit. And the third one for me is the purifying aspect of doing retreat. During this time, we still, we do our purification practices in morning and evening, but there's also an opportunity to spend a lot of time thinking about, because for me, the experience of the past, things that I have done both virtuous and non-virtuous, in the silence, when the mind gets a chance to still from the outside chatter, a lot of past memories arise which were either difficulties or things that were really remarkable about our lives. And it's an opportunity to purify and to regret some of the negativities that were not up in the sort of close to the consciousness during Dharma life out of retreat, but they kind of bubble up to the surface because the mind is now calm enough to bring up some of the things that were hidden. So those are the three things that I have learned to appreciate and to look forward to in retreat. And I do sincerely make prayers that all of you who are serious practitioners, or even just beginners on the path, that it is something worth creating the causes to do retreat. So if it's an aspiration of yours to look at your life and see the things in your life that can support that, and what are the things that you would like to change and work on to make that happen. Because if you want to deepen your practice, there's nothing else but a silent retreat to do that.